The 2026 Ford Mustang Pickup Truck. Yeah, you heard that right. The legendary Mustang DNA blended with the practicality of a truck. Whether you think it's genius or madness, this thing deserves a full deep dive, so let's get into it. Imagine the first moment you see it in person. The stance hits you immediately. Low, wide, aggressive, and clearly carrying the Mustang attitude even though it has a truck bed behind it. Ford didn't just slap a bed on a Mustang. They genuinely reshaped its proportions to make it work. You still get that long, muscular hood with crisp lines carving forward like it's slicing air even at a standstill. The front fascia carries familiar Mustang cues, sharp LED, headlights with that triple bar signature, a more pronounced grille, and a slightly more squared-off lower bumper to give it that tougher, utility-ready look. Move to the side, and this is where things get interesting. The wheel arches are flared but not bulky. Ford kept the proportions sleek, almost coupe-like, so the truck profile doesn't look awkward. The doors are long, hinting at that sporty cabin feel, and the bed integrates cleanly instead of jutting out like an afterthought. The beltline kicks upward toward the rear, giving the whole silhouette a sense of motion and performance. Depending on the trim, you'll see anything from 19-inch lightweight performance wheels to a set of more rugged, high-wall tires if you opt for the off-road-oriented variant. Around the back, the Mustang influence is unmistakable. Triple-bar taillights sit vertically on a thicker rear frame, with a tailgate designed to be more aerodynamic than your typical pickup. You've got subtle sculpting, body color panels, and a dual exhaust setup on the performance trims that sounds exactly like a Mustang should: deep, rumbling, and unapologetic. The bed isn't huge, it's more lifestyle truck size than workhorse, but it's functional. Tie-downs, optional bed liner, a compact power outlet, and Ford's built-in step assist make it useful for hauling bikes, gear, tools, or weekend toys. Now step inside, and the cabin feels far more Mustang than truck. You sit slightly higher than a regular Mustang coupe, but the cockpit vibe is still there. Driver-focused, sporty, and modern. The digital gauge cluster stretches wide across the dash, customizable with Mustang-style animations, performance gauges, and off-road data depending on your drive mode. The center display is a large vertical touchscreen that floats cleanly, running the latest Ford Sync software with fast response, crisp graphics, and wireless everything. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and over-the-air updates that keep features fresh over time. The steering wheel is thick, flat-bottomed, with well-weighted controls and paddle shifters on the higher trims. Ford added more storage than you'd find in a normal Mustang. Of course, deep center console, door bins, and an under-seat compartment if you go with the extended cab model. The materials vary depending on trim. Entry-level models get durable synthetic leather and brushed metallic accents. Move up and you'll see premium leather, contrast stitching, carbon fiber inserts, and even ambient lighting that changes with drive modes. Seats are one of the cabin's highlights. They're bolstered like a sports car but cushioned enough for long drives. Heating and ventilation are available. And the top-tier package adds massaging seats, something Mustang traditionalists won't expect but will definitely appreciate. The rear seats in the extended cab aren't huge, but they're comfortable for adults on shorter trips or kids anytime. Fold them up and you've got even more cargo flexibility inside the cabin. Now let's talk performance, because this is where the Mustang pickup becomes more than just a quirky idea. Under the hood, the base engine is expected to be a 2.3-liter EcoBoost turbocharged 4-cylinder, tuned to deliver around 315 horsepower, enough to move the truck slightly heavier. Body with confidence while offering decent fuel efficiency. But let's be honest, most people looking at a Mustang-themed truck are going to want more power, and Ford knows that. Enter the 5.0-liter Coyote V8. In this truck, it's tuned somewhere in the neighborhood of 480 horsepower, delivering the kind of sound and acceleration Mustang fans crave. You get that immediate throttle punch, that growl that turns heads, and the satisfying pull all the way through the rev range. A 10-speed automatic transmission is standard across all models, but the performance? Trim gets recalibrated shift mapping to keep the power band in its sweet spot. Handling is surprisingly sharp for a pickup. The chassis is stiffened, the suspension is sport-tuned, and the steering is precise. Of course, it's not going to carve corners exactly like a coupe, but for a truck, it's borderline impressive. The lower center of gravity, compared to typical pickups, and the Mustang-inspired tuning make it genuinely fun to drive. It grips well, accelerates hard, and gives you enough road feel to keep things engaging. For buyers more interested in practicality than track spirit, Ford offers an all-wheel drive version. It gives better stability in rain, snow, gravel, or dirt. And the torque vectoring system keeps the truck composed even under harder driving. There's also an optional off-road package with raised suspension, skid plates, and beefier tires, turning it into a lifestyle adventure vehicle without sacrificing its sporty roots. Towing and payload numbers aren't meant to rival full-size trucks, but they're respectable. Expect towing capacity around 5,000 pounds and payload in the 200-pound range, enough for trailers, jet skis, or small equipment. Think of it as a sporty truck that can still get real things done. And now let's get into pricing, because that's what everyone is waiting for. Ford seems to be positioning the Mustang pickup strategically, not trying to replace the Ranger or the F-150, but creating a new niche. The base EcoBoost model should start somewhere around the low to mid $30,000 range, making it surprisingly accessible for something with Mustang heritage. Step up to the mid-level trim with more features, better materials, and all-wheel drive, and you're looking at the low 40,000s. The real excitement, though, is the V8 model. With the bigger engine, upgraded suspension, premium interior, and those signature performance touches, it's expected to land in the low to mid $50,000 range. Add every option: off-road package, panoramic roof, upgraded sound system, premium leather, and advanced driver assists, and you could push it into the low 60,000s. But for what it offers, that price strikes a balance between performance vehicle and lifestyle truck. The 2026 Mustang pickup truck is bold. It's a mix of muscle car attitude, modern practicality, and Ford's willingness to experiment in a way few brands ever do. It's not trying to be the toughest truck or the fastest sports car, but instead something exciting that blends the best parts of both worlds. If you want a truck that looks different, drives like nothing else in the segment, and carries the Mustang spirit into a new form, this might be the one. And that wraps up our in-depth look at the 2026 Mustang pickup truck. If you enjoyed the breakdown and want more deep dive reviews like this, you know what to do. Stick around, stay tuned, and keep riding with 26 Chevrolet 3100. Pickup isn't just another entry in the mid-size truck category. It's a revival of a classic nameplate that helped shape Chevy's identity decades ago. This new model takes the soul of the original 1950s 3100 and injects it with current-day design, technology, and capability. So sit back, because we're breaking down the exterior, interior, performance, driving experience, and the pricing landscape in the kind of detail only a true enthusiast can appreciate. Let's start with what you notice first: the exterior. The moment you see the 2026 Chevrolet 3100, you understand that Chevrolet intentionally walked the line between retro influence and modern execution. The front fascia borrows heavily from the iconic rounded snout of the classic 3100, with a slightly protruding grille and LED headlights shaped to mimic the simple circular lamps of the original. But don't let the nostalgia fool you. Every surface is razor crisp. The grille is finished in either dark chrome or brushed aluminum, depending on your trim level, and the LED light signature has a unique double arc pattern that instantly sets it apart on the road. The hood has subtle sculpting that hints at muscle without being overly aggressive, and the proportions of the truck feel perfectly balanced, especially in the shorter bed configuration. Along the sides, the body has smooth, clean lines without unnecessary creases, helping the truck look both utilitarian and premium. Chevy offers wheel options from 18 to 22 inches, and the 22s on the top trim give it a genuinely commanding stance. You'll also notice the slightly flared fenders, which pay homage to the old bulbous wheel arches of the original 3100, but with a sharper, more modern execution. At the rear, the retro influence shows again with a tailgate that features stamped Chevrolet lettering reminiscent of mid-century trucks. LED taillights blend seamlessly into the bed rails, and optional bed lighting makes nighttime tasks easier. The overall shape feels thoughtfully proportional, avoiding the bulky, overinflated look some trucks have today. It carries a timeless aesthetic, modern enough to stand out, classic enough to connect with the past. Moving inside, the interior is where the 2026 3100 really surprises. Chevy went for a warm, heritage-inspired cabin but embraced technology in every corner. When you open the door, you get a blast of retro modern charm, two-tone upholstery, rounded air vents, and brushed metal accents that are reminiscent of the old steel dashboards. But instead of an old-school gauge cluster, you get a fully digital, 12.3-inch driver display with customizable layouts. It's framed to look like vintage gauges, but the functionality is fully modern. Right in the center sits a 14-inch touchscreen, angled slightly toward the driver. Chevy finally refined their infotainment interface, making it cleaner, faster, and a lot more intuitive. The steering wheel is a 3-spoke design with a thick, premium leather wrap and subtle retro styling. Soft touch materials are everywhere, and even on the base trims, you don't get that cheap plastic feel some trucks still suffer from. Higher trims offer real wood inserts, aluminum knobs, and stitched leather across the dashboard. Seats are wide, supportive, and designed for long days behind the wheel. Whether that means cruising highways or working job sites, you get heating and ventilation on most trims, and a massage function on the flagship model. Storage is also impressive. The center console is cavernous, with modular dividers so you can rearrange space for tools, electronics, or travel gear. Rear seats fold up and reveal hidden under-seat storage compartments. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and the wireless charging pad is designed so your phone doesn't slide around when you hit rough terrain. Sound insulation is excellent, and the optional Bose audio system turns the cabin into a surprisingly luxurious environment for a pickup. Now let's talk performance. Chevy offers 2 engines for the 2026 3100. The first is a turbocharged 2.7-liter, 4-cylinder engine producing about 310 horsepower and 390 lb-ft of torque. It's surprisingly strong, delivering quick acceleration and enough low-end grunt for towing smaller trailers or hauling heavy bed loads. Then there's the more powerful option, a 3.5-liter V6 with around 410 horsepower and 430 lb-ft of torque. This engine transforms the 3100 into a genuinely spirited truck, giving you confident highway passing and a smooth, responsive feel. Both engines come paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission that shifts predictably and stays in the right gear, without the annoying hunting you sometimes get in modern trucks. Towing capacity maxes out around 8,500 pounds depending on configuration, putting the 3100 right in line with its mid-size competitors. Payload sits around 2,600 pounds, and the truck offers multiple driving modes including tow haul, off-road, sport, and a customizable My mode that lets you tweak throttle sensitivity, steering weight, and suspension behavior. Speaking of suspension, the 2026 3100 makes use of a refined multi-link rear setup for improved comfort. On the road, the truck feels planted, with surprisingly little body roll for its size. The steering is light at low speeds but firms up nicely at highway speeds. Off-road, the Z71 trim adds skid plates, off-road shocks, all-terrain tires, and hill descent control, making it capable enough for trails and moderate rock crawling. It's not aiming to replace the Colorado ZR2, but it's still a very capable machine. Fuel economy varies. The Turbo 4 is expected to get around 21 to 23 mpg combined, while the V6 sits closer to 18 to 20 mpg. Not groundbreaking, but respectable for a truck with this level of performance. Now let's talk pricing, because this is where many buyers make their final decision. The 2026 Chevrolet 3100 starts around $32,000 for the basework trim. This gives you the Turbo 4 engine, cloth seats, a smaller touchscreen, steel wheels, and a very straightforward work-focused setup. The mid-range LT trim jumps to around $38,000, adding alloy wheels, upgraded tech, improved interior materials, and more safety features. The RST trim starts near $42,000 and brings sporty styling, larger wheels, and more creature comforts. The Z71 off-road trim is priced around $45,000 to $47,000, depending on options, and it adds all the off-road gear you'd expect. Finally, the top-tier Premier or High Country trim climbs up to around $52,000 to $55,000, giving you the premium interior, the V6 engine, advanced safety systems, and the most refined driving experience. In the end, the 2026 Chevrolet 3100 pickup is more than just a revival of a legendary name. It's a modern truck built with respect for history, packed with technology and tuned for everyday usability. It offers a distinctive style that stands out in a crowded segment, a cabin that feels upscale without being overdone, and performance that hits the sweet spot between capability and comfort. Whether you're a nostalgic Chevy fan or someone simply looking for a stylish, mid-sized truck with personality, the 3100 is shaping up to be a compelling option for 2026 and beyond. Welcome back, MVP Road Car. Today we're diving into something bold, unexpected, and absolutely massive: the 2026 Caterpillar pickup truck. Yes, Caterpillar, the name you normally associate with bulldozers, excavators, and all things heavy-duty, has apparently decided to step off the construction site and onto the open road with a truck that aims to blend industrial muscle with everyday usability. This script will take you through the exterior, interior performance, features, driving experience, practicality, and pricing, all in smooth narrative form without breaking things into headings. If you've ever wondered what would happen if a full-size pickup borrowed its DNA from serious industrial equipment, the first glance at the 2026 Caterpillar pickup truck answers that question instantly. The design goes beyond rugged. It's unapologetically aggressive, with the face of the truck dominated by a massive steel-framed grille that looks like it belongs on a job site machine rather than a showroom floor. This grille isn't just for style either. It's part of a high-capacity cooling system designed for the turbo diesel engine that sits behind it. The LED lighting signature is squared off, no nonsense, and bright enough to illuminate a work site on its own. The hood has a sculpted muscular rise in the center, with functional heat extractors that actually vent hot air under load. Every body panel feels overbuilt: thick fenders, reinforced rock guards, and a bed structure with steel tie-down points that look rated for heavy machinery, not lawn equipment. Walking around the truck, the Caterpillar DNA really shows in the details. Instead of chrome, you get industrial powder coat finishes. Instead of plastic accents, you get hardened composite plates. Even the wheel design is inspired by Caterpillar equipment, featuring large solid spokes and heavy-duty hub assemblies. The 35-inch all-terrain tires come standard, giving the truck a towering stance. Ground clearance sits high enough to step over obstacles that would stop most pickups. It's the kind of truck that looks like it could tow a small mountain and not apologize for the noise while doing it. Climbing inside? Yes. Climbing is the right word here. The interior surprises you with how refined it is once you settle in. Caterpillar didn't take a purely rugged approach. Instead, they merged work-ready functionality with a premium feel. The cabin is wide, spacious, and designed to make drivers feel like they're stepping into a command center. You've got thick, heavy-duty door panels with grab handles placed exactly where construction workers wearing gloves would want them. The seats are wrapped in a durable but upscale engineered leather, resistant to punctures and spills, but still soft enough for long drives. They've got power adjustability, heating, cooling, and even lumbar controls that feel like they were taken from a Caterpillar operator's chair. The dash features a massive 15-inch center display with Caterpillar's ruggedized interface. Unlike the glossy, delicate screens in many modern vehicles, this one has a matte, anti-glare coating and oversized icons, so you can navigate the menus, even with muddy hands. There's also a fully digital gauge cluster with customizable layouts. Whether you want performance data, towing information, or navigation, the truck is equipped with a secondary auxiliary panel overhead, inspired by aircraft and heavy machinery, allowing you to control lights, winches, attachments, and accessory power sources. Storage compartments are everywhere: under-seat bins, a deep center console, and locking glove boxes designed to secure tools and equipment. Now, when it comes to performance, Caterpillar didn't hold back. Under the hood sits a 6.7-liter turbo diesel V8 developed in collaboration with their industrial engine division. This power plant delivers around 520 horsepower and a massive 150 lb-ft of torque. The moment you tap the throttle, you feel that torque surge. giving the truck effortless movement even under heavy loads. Paired with a reinforced 10-speed automatic transmission, gear changes feel deliberate and strong, optimized for towing, hauling, and serious off-road work. Caterpillar also offers an optional hybrid assist system, adding a 150 horsepower electric motor to provide instant torque from a standstill while improving fuel efficiency when cruising. Towing capacity is where this truck makes a loud statement. It's rated for up to 22,000 pounds with the proper equipment. Payload sits at an impressive 4,500 pounds, meaning you can throw in tools, equipment, materials, and still not push the limits. Off-road performance is equally intense with a reinforced ladder frame, long travel suspension, adaptive dampers, locking front and rear differentials, and a low-range transfer case designed for torque-heavy crawling. Whether you're navigating uneven terrain or pulling a trailer up a steep grade, the truck stays composed and confident. The steering feels surprisingly responsive for such a beast. And the brake system, massive. Ventilated steel rotors with heavy-duty calipers, provides strong, controlled stopping power even under load. Driving the 2026 Caterpillar pickup truck on normal roads is an interesting experience. You feel the size and strength at all times, but the suspension tuning does a fantastic job smoothing out bumps and potholes. Highway cruising is stable and surprisingly quiet thanks to heavy insulation and Caterpillar's industrial grade, sound-deadening materials. When you accelerate, the diesel growl is deep, throaty and satisfying but never intrusive. Visibility is excellent thanks to the elevated seating position, large mirrors, and a 360-degree camera system with underbody camera views for off-road scenarios. The truck also includes modern driver assist features, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping support, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking with trailer detection. Inside the cabin, you feel a blend of rugged practicality and luxury convenience. Wireless charging, multiple USB-C ports, a premium 12-speaker audio system, and onboard Wi-Fi come standard. There's also a built-in 110-volt power inverter that can power tools, appliances, or even equipment at a work site. In the back, the seats fold up to create a flat cargo floor, and Caterpillar offers an optional, lockable steel storage vault, integrated into the rear bench. Perfect. For securing tools or gear, everything feels designed with real-world use in mind, not just showroom appeal. Now let's talk pricing, because a truck with this level of capability and build quality doesn't come cheap. The base model, which already includes a powerful diesel engine, heavy-duty suspension, and essential Caterpillar features, starts around $78,000. Move up to the mid-tier performance and off-road variants, and you're looking at approximately $92,000 to $98,000 depending on configuration. The fully loaded model with the hybrid assist powertrain, premium interior upgrades, advanced towing systems, and all accessory packages pushes close to $115,000. While that may sound steep, it's clear Caterpillar is targeting buyers who need extreme durability, industrial-grade capability, and a truck that can handle work environments traditional pickups simply aren't built for. Overall, the 2026 Caterpillar pickup truck is a bold move into the consumer market, but one that makes perfect sense when you look at the final product. It combines the brute strength of Caterpillar's machinery, heritage with the comfort, technology, and drivability expected from a modern high-end truck. Whether you're a contractor needing serious capability, an off-road enthusiast craving unstoppable power, or someone who just wants the most intimidating truck in the parking lot, this machine delivers. It's unique, it's tough, and it's built with a level of industrial authenticity that no other truck on the market can truly replicate. If this is Caterpillar's first step into the pickup world, they've come out swinging hard. Thanks for watching MVP Road Car. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dive automotive reviews coming soon.